So imagine you have built a chatbot that actually works. You ask something, it gives you a great answer. But there is what happens next. You need the answer to go somewhere, into the database, into a spreadsheet, into some automation tool that your team actually uses. And then you try to do that, everything breaks. The AI gives you a perfect answer, but it's just a paragraph, a wall of text. Your system, though, it doesn't want the text. It needs something very specific. It needs data in particular shape or in particular format, if you want. Maybe it needs a list, maybe it needs a specific fields, maybe it needs something you could can actually understand and work with. So what do? You copy-paste it manually, or you write some code to try to extract what you need from that paragraph. Or you just hope that somehow the AI understood what you actually wanted. And most of the time it did not. The problem is not that AI is bad in answering. It is amazing in answering, in fact. The problem is what then you scale this, then you're doing this hundreds of thousands of times, and the system just can't handle it. The automation breaks, tasks fail, and someone has to go and fix these things manually. And if you are running a system that processes 1,000 of these a day, that's 1,000 manual fixes. That's hours of work, and that's definitely money wasted. Good news is that there is actually a solution built into modern AI right now, and it completely changes how you can work with AI in production. Let me walk you through what this actually looks like. Say you are building a tool that extracts customer information from email. An AI reads an email and it needs to pull out the customer's name, their email address, that product they are interested in, and their budget. Pretty straightforward for the moment, right? Without the structure, without the telling the AI what format you need, it will give you something like this. The customer's name is John Smith. His email is some email. He is interested in the professional tire and he mentioned a budget of around $5,000. That's actually a perfectly good answer if you are a human reading it. You can understand it immediately, but what about your system? Or your automation tool or your database? They cannot do anything with that. They don't know how to read a paragraph and extract the name, the email, the product, and the number. See the difference? Once for humans, once for computers. And then you don't give it that computer-readable format, your system fails. Your integration breaks and someone has to get involved and fix it manually. Here is what the research actually shows. Without enforcing a specific format, AI JSON responses fail about 8 to 15% of the time. That is 1 in every 10 responses your system cannot even use. So you retry, you waste tokens, you waste time, you lose money. But the moment you are in force structure at the API level, and we are going to talk about how in a second, that failure rate drops to basically 0. Less than 1/10%. That's the actual difference between the system that works and the system that's constantly on fire. So how do you actually fix this? You tell the AI upfront very clearly exactly what the format you need. Think about how you would order at a restaurant. If you just say, I want food, the chefs go in to make whatever they want. But if you say, I want a grilled chicken sandwich with tomato, no mayo on wheat bread, suddenly the chef knows exactly what to make. That's what we are doing here. You are telling the AI, there is an exact format I need, here is the blueprint. Without this, you might write a prompt like this. Extract the customer information from this email. Result is unpredictable here. It might be text, might be wrong format, 8 to 50% failures, as we mentioned before. But now the structure outputs, you say, the prompt could be something like extract the customer information from this email. Return on the valid JSON this matches this exact structure. The fields are name as a string, email as a string, product is a string, and the budget is a number. By giving the AI that schema, that exact shape of the data, you are essentially saying, here is the blueprint, follow it exactly. And there is what's revolutionary about these modern AI APIs now enforce this at the API level. You are not just asking nicely. The API itself forces the AI to follow the structure. The model literally cannot return anything else. This is called structured outputs, and most popular AI tools such as OpenAI or Anthropic supports this feature perfectly. It means that AI is constrained at the model level. It has to give you JSON that matches your schema. And it cannot cheat, it cannot add extra fields, it cannot miss the required ones. Then that JSON comes back to your system, you already know it is valid. Your code doesn't have to guess, it doesn't have to validate, it just works. That's the shift. In the old way, you are hoping. In the new way, you are guaranteed. And then you're processing thousands of such outputs a day. That's the difference between a system that scales and a system that just breaks constantly. But here is the thing, you don't just do this once, you do it thousands of times, and you are not alone, your whole team is doing this. Your marketing team is using AI to write emails, your sales team is using it to generate proposals, your support team is using it to categorize tickets, your customer success team is summarizing feedback, and if everyone's writing their own prompts, you are in a chaos. Marketing prompts is totally different from sales. Sales is different from support. Nobody talking to each other and everyone reinventing the wheel here. And what are the outputs? They are all over the place. One team gets clean data, another team gets messy data, one person's prompt work great, another person's breaks all the time. Nobody knows why, it is unpredictable and it is expensive, which is most important. This is their prompt templates change everything. Think of template like a recipe. A prompt template is exactly that. You create one really good prompt once, you test it, you refine it until it works perfectly, then everyone uses the same templates instead of each person writing their own prompts. Everyone's using the same foundation. You are an expert customer service analyst. Analyze this customer email, classify the sentiment as one of. Return only this JSON structure. The sentiment as a string, the confidence as a number, the category as a string, and action needs as a boolean. See those brackets? Those are variables. They change for each use. The structure stays exactly the same. Marketing uses it with marketing emails. Support uses it with support emails. Sales uses it with the sales emails. Same template, different inputs, but consistent outputs every single time. And here is why this matters when you scale. Without templates, each person writing their own prompt, some are great, some are terrible, outputs are totally unpredictable, someone changes something and breaks everything, and testing becomes a nightmare. With templates, you have got one prompt tested once and deployed everywhere. Changes are controlled. Outputs are predictable. You can measure quality and improve it. One company I researched actually scaled their content generation from 100 outputs a day to 5,000 outputs a day with the same quality the entire time, just by switching to reusable prompt templates. That is what consistency at scale actually looks like. And when you combine templates with structure outputs, you get something really powerful. You have a template that always produces the right structure, always return valid JSON, and always produce consistent results. That's not just efficiency, that's reliability. That's a system that actually works. Let me give you a few real examples of where this actually changes the game. Let's start with healthcare. A hospital using AI to extract patient information from forms, doctor names, patient IDs, insurance details, all going into the databases. Without structured outputs, forms are failing to parse, errors are slipping in, a patient's age gets recorded wrong, and an insurance code gets scrambled, and someone got to manually check every single form. With structured outputs, the AI returns a guaranteed valid JSON object and it goes straight into the database. No manual checking, no errors. One's healthcare system cut their data entry errors by 80% just by using this approach. That's real money and that's real time saved. Or another example, let's take e-commerce. An online store has a chatbot helping customers. A customer says, I want the blue shirt in a size medium. The chatbot needs to extract product, color and size in the exact format so the cart system can understand it and add the item. Without structure, the chatbot might say the customer wants the blue shirt size medium and the cart system has no idea what to do with that. With structure, it returns the JSON and the cart system knows exactly what happens. The item gets added and it just works. In a customer support, a support team gets 500 emails a day, and they need to categorize them. It is a billing issue, a technical issue, a feature request, or a complaint. The old way, AI gives you a text answer, the support person reads it and manually sorts it, and that takes hours. With templates plus structured outputs, the AI returns exactly what the routing system needs, and the system auto-routes it to the right team. The right person gets it immediately, and the problem is solved before the customer even noticed they had an issue. The pattern is the same everywhere. When you have messy AI output, you need humans to clean it up. That's slow, that's expensive, that breaks the moment you try to scale. When you have structured output, it flows directly into the system. It scales automatically. So here is the bottom line. If you are building anything with AI, a chatbot, an automation, a content generation system, a data extractor tool, structure, outputs, and templates aren't optional. They are difference between something that works and something that breaks constantly. They are the difference between hours of manual work and the system that runs itself. And the tools to do this are already built into every major AI API right now. So next time you are working with the AI, ask yourself what structure your system actually needs. Tell the AI upfront, make it part of your contract. Your systems will be faster, more reliable, more scalable. And that's what the real AI product building looks like. If you found this video helpful, learned something new, or discovered ways to simplify your workflow, boost your productivity, or even save money, please subscribe my channel and hit the like, because it really helps me to grow and keep digging to discover new things and continue creating more content like this. Also, leave a comment below with your thoughts, questions and experiences. My goal is for us to learn, grow and build real AI expertise together, and your feedback is an important part of that. Thanks for watching and see you in the next videos.